Hi everyone! This video is about a successful South Korean businesswoman and chaebol heiress who, while paragliding, gets caught in a sudden storm, crash landing in the North Korea portion of the Demilitarized Zone (DMZ) and meets an army captain who decides to help her hide and return to the South. Over time, they fall in love with each other, despite the divide and dispute between their respective countries. This is a South Korean drama called Crash Landing on You. It is the highest rated TV drama and the fourth highest rated South Korean TV drama in cable television history. In the description and at the end of the video, there will be a list of original soundtracks. Don't miss it. As well as some interesting facts, and of course, this video without spoilers for the ending. If you like this video format, then subscribe and like it. Thank you for attention, then let's get started. In South Korea, Yoon Soo-ri is the daughter of a wealthy chaebol and manages her own successful fashion line. Her father, who was in prison for financial crimes, is released on probation and arranged to have dinner with his family to announce who will succeed his position as chairman of the family company Queen's Group. While it is expected that either the eldest son, Seo-jun, or the second oldest son, So-hyun, would take over the company, the chairman instead chooses Soo-ri to be the new chairwoman. Soo-ri accepts the offer to the dismay of her mother and her brothers, but asks to delay an official announcement so that she can perform final tests for new product. The next day, while Soo-ri is paragliding to test the product, a tornado suddenly forms and she is blown away unconscious. The tornado sent her through the DMZ and she landed in North Korea. The next morning, Soo-ri wakes up to find himself hanging from a tree. Thinking that she might be in a national park, she calls for help. To be discovered by Lee Jun-hyuk, the captain of the DMZ patrol group in the Korean People's Army, who points a gun at her. Jun-hyuk tells her to get down from the tree, which she does, but only to awkwardly fall into his arms. Jun-hyuk informs Soo-ri to her bewilderment that she is actually in North Korea. Afraid of being captured for questioning, Soo-ri runs away. When Jun-ho accidentally steps on a mine, he tells the way, and she tells him that he is handsome and in her taste, and runs away. The member of the patrol team helps disarm the mine, and the patrol team chases after Soo-ri. Soo-ri managed to run through the minefield with only a slight scratch on her knee. She doesn't realize that she went the wrong way. She went deep into the North Korean village. In South Korea, the family keeps Soo-ri's disappearance a secret to avoid a drop in the company's stock price. Both Seo-jun and Se-hyun have renewed hope to succeed as chairman. After discussing matters with his DMZ patrol officers and giving the security whoop-whoops and lapses they have committed, they began to look for her and followed her trail. Captain Rae then discovered that she had stumbled upon his village and reluctantly allowed her to stay. She tells him that she is very popular and rich in South Korea, and now the whole country is looking for her. Suddenly, officials come to the captain's house. She overheard their conversation and threatens to expose the incompetence of his team in capturing her and risks violating military discipline. Rae agrees to help find a way to send her back to Seoul. Soo-ri gets a taste, a glimpse of the way of life of Captain Rae and his men. Captain Rae dutifully carries on with his usual avocation. The village had no cell phones, no electricity, no amenities. Captain Rae is sensitive to Siri's needs and buys personal provisions for Siri that she misses from South Korea. Even so, he must turn to the black market. The next day, Captain Rae went to Pyongyang, and after a few days, Siri had to leave the country by boat, and they said goodbye. Since he would be there for several days and wouldn't be able to see her off. Suddenly, an inspection was announced in the village. Captain Rae's comrades called him and told him about the check. He rushed back home from Pyongyang using a BAV car. Siri was discovered hiding at Captain Rae's home during an unexpected home inspection. While Siri was at gunpoint, Captain Rae arrived in time and presented a bold background story for Siri as a recently returned agent from Division 11, a top-secret division of North Korea armed forces that trains and deploys elite spies to South Korea. Captain Rae introduced Siri as his fiancée in an attempt to evade detention. Hospitality was shown to Siri by the village women thereafter. However, his rival, Chol Gun, was still suspicious and ordered further surveillance. During these days, they all became friends. And Captain Rae accompanied Siri to a boat to escape the country. Captain Rae and Siri boarded a boat as her escape route towards the border, but was intercepted by the maritime patrols. Cunningly evaded the authorities by acting out a heiress kissing scenes copied from a South Korean drama. What will happen to them next? As promised, the list of original soundtracks. Interesting facts. To avoid violating the National Security Act of 1948, which effectively prohibits positive references to North Korea or the Kim Khan, the series used the fictitious title of Honorary Chairman to refer to North Korean leaders. Most of the scenes depicting life in North Korea were actually filmed in Mongolia, where there are a large number of Soviet-supported buildings that look and feel the same. The actors who play the main roles in the series began dating during filming, and 2 years after the release of the series, on March 31, 2022, Hyun-bin and Son Yeon-jin got married. The private wedding ceremony took place on the territory of Grand Walker Hill luxury hotel complex in Seoul, and now they have a son. If you like this video, please subscribe and like. Thank you for your attention. Have a nice day.